Hi, welcome back to Ayurveda and Women's Health Podcast, an evolution to your higher self. This is Harmony, your podcast host, and today I want to talk to you all about something that might sound a little bit strange at first, okay? But I promise it will make complete sense by the end, so hang in there, okay? And that is that your digestion is not just about your food. It is actually a metaphor for how you move through life. Think about that for a minute, right? Because in Ayurveda, we have this concept called Agni, the digestive fire. And Agni is one of the most important things in your whole body because everything depends on it. Your energy, your immunity, your mental clarity, your emotional resilience, your ability to absorb nutrients, all of it flows from the strength of your Agni. But here's what I want you to understand. Your Agni is not just about your stomach or your stomach fire, your metabolism. It's about your capacity to take in what life offers you and actually transform it into something that nourishes you. And if your Agni is weak, everything suffers. So what is Agni really? Because it is more than just that metabolic fire. In Ayurveda, Agni does mean fire. It is the transformative force in your body, your whole body. It's what takes the food you eat and turns it into usable energy. It's what takes your experiences and turns them into wisdom. It's what takes your raw self and transforms you into who you're becoming. When Agni is strong, everything flows. You digest food easier, right? You have steady energy, none of those big crashes at the end of the day. You feel clear mentally. You can handle emotional challenges without being derailed. And you feel really resilient. But when your Agni is weak, everything gets stuck. Food sits in your stomach undigested. You feel sluggish. Your mind is foggy. You can't process your emotions. You feel overwhelmed, and toxins, what we call arma in Ayurveda, begin to accumulate. Arma is undigested stuff. It's heavy, it's sticky, and it's really obstructive. It clogs your system, and the longer it sits there, the more damage it does. But here's the thing, armor is not just in the physical sense. Often we will say armor is undigested food and it can create a lot of, health issues in the body. But you can have undigested emotions, unprocessed experiences, unresolved relationships. All that becomes armor too. Think about it. When something happens to you, a conversation, a conflict, a disappointment, a joy, your system has to digest it. You have to process it. You have to extract the lesson and move on. But what happens if you don't? What happens if you just swallow it whole and then move on to the next thing? Well, it sits there. It festers. It accumulates. And eventually, your whole system is clogged with undigested experience. You feel heavy, you feel stuck, you feel like you're moving through life in slow motion, even though you're rushing. This is what happens when your life Agni is weak. You are taking in everything, every responsibility, every opinion, every demand, but you're not actually processing any of it. You're just accumulating. And the more you accumulate, the less capacity you have to take in anything new. Does that sound familiar to anyone here? I know I have certainly been there. So what are the signs that your Agni is weak? And I want you to tune into your body now, how you're feeling, into your mind, into your emotions. Because low Agni can show up physically. Weak Agni shows up through sluggish digestion, bloating, constipation, or loose stools, fatigue after eating, brain fog, low immunity, inflammation. But in your life, weak Agni shows up as being unable to make decisions because you haven't processed the last decision yet. Feeling stuck in patterns that don't serve you because you haven't digested the lesson. Emotional overwhelm because you're carrying unprocessed feelings. Lack of creativity because all your energy is going to processing rather than creating. Difficulty setting boundaries. This is a big one because you're taking everything in and not knowing what to do with it. When your Agni is weak, you become a passive receiver of life instead of an active transformer of it. But here is the good news because you can strengthen your Agni, okay? Physically and in your life. To strengthen your Agni physically, we want to eat warm cooked foods. Have good spices like ginger and black pepper that stimulate your Agni. You want to eat at regular meal times because your body has this innate intelligence to provide the digestive enzymes required for those meals when it's at regular times, not just eating when you're stressed or distracted, because you won't be processing your food. Your energy is going elsewhere to that stress or to that distraction. So take your time to eat, take a small rest after you eat, and then do a few steps to start moving through the process. All of this supports your digestive fire. But in your life, you can strengthen your Agni by taking the time to process, sitting with your experience instead of rushing to the next thing. Journaling can be really helpful because you're getting all of those thoughts that you're processing in your mind out onto paper so that you can see it clearly. You're like doing a big dump, a big outlay of everything that's going in. You really want to practice taking things in and then talking things through. And this is really important in relationships. Allowing yourself to feel and to integrate. So if you've learned a lesson or if you're feeling those emotions, allow yourself to feel, but then integrate what you've learned from it. Setting boundaries so that you're not taking in more than you can digest, and saying no to things that don't serve you. Creating space and stillness so that your system can actually work. When you strengthen your Agni, everything changes. You have more energy, you feel clearer, you're more resilient, and you move through challenges instead of getting stuck in them. So here's my question for you today. What are you not digesting? Think about it. Really, honestly. What are you not digesting? Is it just your food? Or is it something else? What have you swallowed whole and not actually processed? What experiences are sitting in your system waiting to be transformed? What beliefs, what hurts, what disappointments are you just carrying around? And what would change if you actually gave yourself permission and time to digest them? Because your life, Agni, is asking to be fed. Not more food, not more experiences, not more tasks, but real nourishment. Rest, reflection, space. When you strengthen your digestive fire, literally and metaphorically, you stop being the victim of your life and become the creator of it. Your Agni is waiting. So go and light that fire. I hope that this has resonated with you in some capacity because I want you to evolve and not even evolve, just show up as your higher self, because the higher self that you are is already you. You just really have to step into that. And to be able to do that, you need to digest your life. We are so lucky to have been granted this precious life. So being able to digest it and move through the experiences, learn the lessons is such a blessing. And if this has intrigued you and you love diving deep into these topics, then I suggest you come and study with us in the Ayurveda Alchemist Academy, because this is the type of conversations we are having, and we absolutely love diving deep into these type of topics. So in the show notes, you will find a link to book a clarity call with me if you want to discuss any of the programs in the Ayurveda Alchemist Academy. I would love to see you in there. And if you just want to sit back on your own and do some reading about these types of topics, then go and grab a copy of my book, Ayurveda and the Alchemy of Her. She is available on Amazon and other book websites. Or if you want a signed copy, you can get it from my website. All right, beautiful people, have a fabulous day. Thank you so much. And please, if you haven't already, it only takes a few seconds, please rate this podcast. It helps these topics get out to other women who need to hear them. And if you could share this episode with someone you care about, that would be so much appreciated by them and by myself. Namaste.